Today we're going to be going over a lesson planning template that we could use. We could use it for whole group instruction, small group instruction, reading intervention groups, anything like that. But we're going to really quickly and efficiently go over a good way to plan a whole, robust, comprehensive lesson for our students. That way we are integrating all the parts of their brain that need to be working at one time for one lesson in order for them to be able to remember and retrieve the information that we're teaching them the best. Let's put into action how we would use this lesson plan template. For our warm-up, we want to sort of get our kiddos ready for something that might show up later. So let's say we're going to do a comprehension activity, a listening activity about zoo animals later. For our warm-up, what we might want to do is a rapid naming activity about zoo animals. The kiddos are just rattling off zoo animals that they think of off the top of their head. You can make a game or a competition out of it. For a new concept that we're going to go over today, let's say it's vowel consonant E, and we're just going to make sure we do a visual, audio, kinesthetic introduction for our new learning. And then we are going to, of course, decode with a consonant E since that's our new concept. Maybe we're going to do just word reading for that activity. For fluency, we want to stick with that same new learning. We'll do a consonant E. And maybe today we're working on sentence fluency rather than passage fluency or paragraph fluency. Just working on reading with that concept on a single sentence basis, making sure it's fluid. Phonological awareness, we're going to want to prep our spelling with our phonological awareness. So let's say we plan to spell with short A today as a review. We want to listen for short A in a phonological awareness activity warm-up. So maybe we're going to do a thumbs up or thumbs down activity in order to warm up listening for that short ah sound. When we spell with short ah, we're going to go over our rule, and maybe we're going to do skywriting as a group to spell with that concept. And like I said, comprehension today, our listening passage is going to be about zoo animals, so our focus is going to be the students listening to a zoo animal passage, and maybe they're going to work to identify what the main idea is. And we're going to wrap up our lesson with really just some review. Let's say we review by the kiddos listening for a long A sound or a short A sound, since those were the two concepts we went over earlier in our lesson. Again, you can make each one of these sections as long or as short as you want. Really, you want to focus a lot of the time and the main components of your time on what your classroom really needs. But like I said, you could use this for whole group, small group, intervention groups, but following all of these areas in one lesson we know has been shown to create the best outcomes for our students in terms of memory and being able to use these concepts again.